All right, today we're going to jump into one of the most intense and honestly foundational stories from the book of Genesis. It's an incredible story about who we are, about struggle, and about the kind of transformation that can only happen in our darkest moments. Seriously, think about that for a second. I want you to just kind of hold on to that question as we go through this, because the story we're about to dig into is built entirely around this very idea that real, true change, well, it often isn't found at a clean victory, but in the messy struggle itself. Just picture it. You are completely, totally alone. The night is pitch black, and all of a sudden, you find yourself locked in a fight for your life with a complete stranger. And look, this isn't some kind of metaphor, This is the actual, real scene where our story kicks off. So, you might be asking, how does a fight like this even start? To really get what's going on here, what's at stake in this bizarre and, frankly, pivotal encounter, we've got to break down the key elements. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're at a place called the Jabbok River. It's the dead of night. Our main guy, Jacob, is all by himself, completely isolated. He's right on the edge of a moment that's going to change his entire life. But first, he has to survive this absolutely grueling all-night wrestling match with someone he can't even see, let alone identify. So who is this guy, Jacob? What in the world would lead a person to be alone by a river in the middle of the night fighting for his life? Well, his backstory is everything. It's absolutely crucial to understanding this struggle. Get this. Jacob's name literally means deceiver, or one who takes by the heel, a supplanter. His whole life, up to this very moment, has been defined by trickery. He's always been grasping for blessings that weren't really his, even deceiving his own family to get what he wanted. And that's exactly why he's out here. He's a man on the run, and he's about to face the very brother, Esau, that he betrayed all those years ago. So he's terrified, he's vulnerable, and he's finally having to confront the consequences of a lifetime of deception. And it's right here, in this moment of pure terror and vulnerability, that the encounter at the river begins. This is where it all changes. And this is no ordinary brawl. It's a struggle that is both intensely physical and, as we'll see, deeply spiritual. I mean, just think about the sheer intensity of this. This fight rages all night long. Neither one of them is getting the upper hand. But then, as dawn starts to break, the whole thing takes a supernatural turn. Jacob's opponent, and for centuries people have debated whether this was an angel or God himself, or maybe even a part of Jacob's own conscience, ends the physical fight with a single touch. A touch to Jacob's hip, dislocating it instantly. And right here, this is the turning point. He's injured. He has clearly lost the physical fight, but he does something completely new, something totally out of character for him. He holds on. He's not grasping anymore. He's not deceiving. He's just clinging with what little strength he has left. And this one act, this refusal to let go, this act of pure endurance, it leads to the absolute climax of the entire story. Jacob, broken and exhausted, makes one final demand. Just listen to those words. For the very first time in his life, he isn't trying to trick someone or steal a blessing. He's asking for one. Honestly and vulnerably, from the very being who just broke him, he is totally, completely humbled. And in response to this incredible act of just holding on, his mysterious opponent gives him a new name. As you can see, he's no longer Jacob, the deceiver. He is now Israel. And what does that mean? It means one who struggles with God. His entire identity has been reforged in the fires of this fight.
So here's the key takeaway about this new name. It's not one who defeated God or one who won. It's one who struggles. The name itself honors the process, not just the outcome. It's a name he earned through a fight that, he technically lost.
So Jacob leaves this encounter, but man, he does not leave the same way he arrived. This experience leaves a permanent mark on him, both physically and spiritually. As the sun comes up, he walks away with a limp, a permanent limp from his dislocated hip. And that physical scar, well, it serves as a constant, lifelong reminder of the night his identity was completely transformed. A reminder that his greatest blessing came directly from his deepest wound. So what are we supposed to take away from all this? Well, this story gives us a powerful framework for our own lives. First, that real transformation, it often begins in our darkest, most isolated moments. Second, that the blessings we're really looking for are often found on the other side of a painful struggle. And third, that a new identity, a true fresh start, has to be earned. It's not just handed to you. And you gotta understand, the impact of this single night is just monumental. This intensely personal story of one man's struggle becomes the origin story for the nation of Israel. The identity of an entire people becomes rooted in this powerful idea of struggling with and holding on to God. Which brings us all the way back to that question I asked at the very beginning. Look, this story is thousands of years old, but its theme is absolutely timeless. So I'll just leave you with this thought. What are the Jabbok rivers in your own life? What struggles, what dark nights have not just broken you, but have also remade you?